Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I'm so excited today because this is the trick I have used several times to fool magicians. Yes, and none of the magicians have ever understood how this is possible. This is basically a self-walking trick, but it is performed in such a way that backtracking becomes almost impossible. If you have come for the first time to my channel, I'll request you please subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, strike the like button if you like my video, and write in the comments how you're enjoying my videos. So let us see the performance first, and then I will explain how to do it. So here is Bijoli. Now Bijoli is going to help me in this magic. Bijoli, I've got a deck of cards and I'm going to show you something very interesting with these cards. Now you see that I need three royal cards. Now I'll be using, say, Jack, King and Queen of Spades. Now Jack, King and Queen. So here is King, here is the Jack, and here is the Queen of Spades. Now these three cards are very important. Now you'll understand in a moment why they are so important. Now in between these cards, I'm going to place two indifferent cards. Right? Now I'll take two indifferent cards, it doesn't matter. Now one goes in here and another goes in here. So it is a sort of sandwich. Sure, it's a sort of sandwich. So two indifferent cards guarded by the royal kings, the royal family of spades. Okay. Now, out of the remaining cards, I'll be taking some cards. I'll make actually three piles of cards. Now I'll put some cards over here. I'll put some cards over here. This is the second pile, and I'll put some cards over here, and this is the third pile. Right. Now, here are the remaining cards. From the remaining cards, you select any two cards. Alright. Actually, this magic is performed for two spectators sitting on either side, but there is only Bijoli to help me. So, Bijoli, what you do, you take any two cards that you can easily remember, show it to the camera, and then place them facing down over here. Now go ahead, take any two cards. You have to remember the cards, show it also to the camera so that my viewers can remember the cards. Have you done? Okay, okay. Have you done that? We don't need the remaining cards, we'll put them away. Now, out of these two cards, choose any one of the piles, place any card on any one of the piles, then place any one of the remaining piles on top so that your card is somewhere mixed in the middle. Have you done that? Now you অন্য একটা পাইলের উপরে চাপিয়ে দাও যেখানে রেখেছো, put another pile on top. So your card is somewhere inside. Now you have two piles now. Now you put this card either on top of this pile or on top of this pile, and then put the other pile on top so that that card too is within the pile, not on top. Go ahead. অন্য পাইলটার উপরে চাপিয়ে দাও। Done. So both the selected cards are now inside this pile, and I have absolutely no idea where your cards are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to square this up, put this pile on top, and then do an Australian deal. Do you know what is an Australian deal? Australian deal is a magical deal. I'll show you how. Place one card on the table and the next card goes down at the bottom. So this is an Australian deal. On the table at the bottom, 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 and on the table, and there is no bottom now, so it will go down. Now what I have done is I have done an Australian count, and do you know that this count is used by magicians for a long time, because as a result of this count, what happens is the three royal cards, that is the Queen, Jack and King, they are in between them you can see the sandwiched cards, right? But now they are not just any indifferent cards. What was the card you have chosen? Let us see. Is this one of your cards? And let's see whether this is two of spades. Fantastic. Now you might think, what would have happened if any one of these cards got inside, sandwiched between these two? It can't happen, because all these cards are but no cards. All are blank cards. Very magical. I hope you enjoyed the performance. Now let us get into a secret. This is not my trick. It is a creation of a famous magician, Werner Miller. And I read it a long time ago, probably in Abracadabra or Club 71, the two very good magazines. I don't remember in which issue it was published, but it is very difficult to find it out because I have a huge lot of them. So, but this is for sure, it is a creation of Werner Miller. Now for this trick you need a deck of cards. Of course you need an ordinary deck of cards. Now remove 11 cards, any 11 cards out of this deck. So you take 11 cards and discard them, you don't need them. You have to replace these 11 cards with 11 blank cards. But don't worry, if you don't have blank cards, still this is a very good magic. The final climax will not be possible to perform without these blank cards, but it really doesn't matter. The trick itself is very good. Now I have added this to this trick as an extra kicker. I hope you liked it. And so these are the cards. On top you put the 11 blank cards, and you are now ready for the performance. And of course I'm using the royal cards of spades. You can use any three royal cards, but spades is good. So what you do, you go through the cards and find out the three court cards of spades. So here they are. Make sure don't give a flash of the blank cards like this. So you have to be very careful. You take the three cards and put them on the table. Now so here is the King of Spades, Queen of Spades, Jack of Spades. Now you take any two cards and sandwich these two cards in between the three royal cards. Actually you are taking two cards from the top. That means any two cards from the blank cards. So I'm taking but the spectators have no idea that there are blank cards on the top. So what you do, you take any two random cards. You can also take one from the top, one from say 3-4 cards down, or this one, but make sure they should be the two blank cards. Now put them in like this, and it is sandwiched. It's a beautiful fan of cards. You say that I'll be making 3 piles over here. You are taking 3 cards and putting them in a pile. So what you do, you just go through the cards like this, make a break with your little finger or your ring finger after the 3 cards have passed to your right side, and you show a few more cards, and then as you square the deck, you take these 3 cards. I'll show you one more time. So I'm just showing the cards like this, and here are the 3 cards. So as I am closing the fan, I have made a break below the top 3 cards and putting them here. The spectators will think that this pile contains a few cards, maybe 4 or 5 or 3 or 2. So don't draw any attention about the 3 cards, because then it will be very easy for them to backtrack what has happened, because it is a self-working magic. So you do the same thing one more time, and you take a few more cards, but actually you are taking 3 cards only because of your break. You take the top 3 cards and place them here, and for the 3rd time you do the same thing. You show so many cards and then make a break under the 3 cards and put them here. Now you have actually eliminated the 11 blank cards. So here is 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, 10 and 11. So 11 cards, 11 blank cards are now out of the deck. You can now hand this over to the spectators, the assisting spectators, for 2 selections. For the sake of this tutorial, let us assume that the spectators have taken the 2 black 2s, 2 of spades and 2 of clubs. Discard the remaining cards, you turn away and give instruction. The instruction should be given very clearly. The first spectator places his card on top of any one of the piles. Let us assume that he places over here, and one of the remaining piles should be placed on top, so the card is buried somewhere. The second spectator does the same thing. She puts it over here, and the remaining pile should be placed on top. You square up this pile and then put this on top. Now you do the Australian deal. The rest is automatic. One card goes to the table, the next one at the bottom, table. And it goes to the top. You spread the cards, and you can see that still there are 2 cards sandwiched in between the royal cards, royal court cards, but now they are the 2 selected cards. 2 selected cards. It is automatic. Now you say that what would have happened that if these cards got into this? No, that cannot happen, because these are not cards. They look like cards, but they are not cards, because they are all actually blank cards. So that is the climax. People will be amazed, and this will also confuse the spectators, and they will never be able to backtrack what has taken place, what you have shown so far. If you don't have blank cards, don't worry. You can go ahead with a trick with any ordinary deck, and this will always work. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please write in the comments how you're enjoying my videos. See you again next time in the next video. Till then,